Welcome to HortTube. My name is Jim Putnam. In this video, I'm going to be doing a small landscape renovation on a historic house in Raleigh, North Carolina. There's a plastic edging that goes here along the street area that's being pulled out, and I'm going to put a brick edging, just bricks on a lean across here. This is the small part of the job that I'm doing here. There's a lot of hellebores on this foundation. They're going to go to one end and the other, and there's five soft caress mahonia going in the middle right here. This is a small little piece right, this is the entire front garden on this old historic house right here. I'll show you the back. That's where the real work is taking place here. So this space right here is maybe 12 feet off the back of the house and maybe 24 feet this direction right here. It's basically become overgrown over time. There's some salvias, caryopteris. There are actually some interesting things back here. But the goal here is to erase this today. There's crabgrass and weeds and all kinds of things here, and actually come back in this area and plant nothing but natives from the southeast. So that'll be the goal. I'm only going to clear this out and then fix this patio walkway that's here under these weeds, and then put the shrubs in. It's almost November, so I'm just going to do the shrubs right now, and then I'm going to come back in the spring and actually do the color in this space, or the perennial things. I don't like to plant them this late. The herbaceous things that die to the ground, I like to plant those in the spring. But when I'm done here, all of this will be cleaned up, cleaned out, and shrubs will be in, and it'll be mulched, and it'll look neat for the winter time. So that's the goal. As you can see, it's very, very overgrown. So I got a lot of work to do here just to get down to the ground. So about 3 hours later, I've gotten all the stuff out of here. There was mulberries in here, and mulberry weed, and liriope, and you just name it, anything that's difficult to dig out. But all of this has now been cleared out. That emerald arborvitae right there is staying. It is a native to the eastern United States. There was a bamboo fence right there. That fence really needs to be painted white, but it's not part of this job. I pulled up all of these stones and put them back down. They have not been leveled yet. I'm going to get some, there's going to be some gravel and some leveling left to do on these. That's going to be a separate part of the project. Right here is going to be some oak leaf hydrangeas. Along that fence, I'm going to use some inkberry hollies, which are a native holly, and coming back around into this shadier spot right here, there's going to be some gold alyssium, some Annabelle hydrangeas, and Miss Scarlet alyssium is going to go in that corner. Then in the spring, is when I'm going to actually come back and plant the vast majority of this space with native flowering perennials. But that's where I got on day one in the backyard portion, is basically got everything dug out. Some things right here being kept but relocated. There's some hellebores there, and Christmas fern, and a couple other things being kept. But 3 hours, that's what it took to put this, kind of reset this space. So this super simple front space is completed. There's hellebores here. I cut them back some, cut them back in the wintertime anyway, but when you dig these out, typically they just don't have enough roots on them to support the amount of foliage that was on top of them. So they've been transplanted there and cut off. The five mahonia, soft caress mahonia have gone in here into the middle, and some more hellebores on the other end. It's super simple. It's probably only 2 foot deep space here, but it looks really, really sharp, really terrific, especially with this brick edging that I put in here as well. So the backyard space is completed for now. Everything back here is all natives. I'll walk you through the plants real quick. I'm not planting any of the herbaceous perennials. Fall is a great time, and even winter is a great time to plant where I am in zone 7B. All of these shrubs, no problem at all. But the herbaceous perennials, the things that die to the ground and come back, I don't like to plant in November or December. I'll wait for those to start to wake up in the spring and come back over here. There's going to be a little seating area right here beside of me. I've got some more pavers over there and some base to put those in. And so there's going to end up being a little seating bench here, and then the rest of this entire space will be flowering perennials that are native to my area. Let me show you the pieces that I have here. It's the middle of the day here in the 1st of November, and as you can see, this is a pretty harsh line between the sun and the shade. So I apologize for the video here. I don't know how it's gonna look. There's a Miss Scarlet Elysium in this corner. I actually shot a short video on it while I'm here. It'll either be up a little after this video or a little before, but this is a native to the southeast. This Miss Scarlet was selected because it stays really compact. It'll get about 4 or 5 feet, stay evergreen back here in this corner. There's an Annabelle hydrangea right here. This is Hydrangea arborescens. It's a native to the southeast. This is a ruby spice clethra. Gets beautiful fall foliage, has a pinkish red flower in the midsummer, and I've covered clethra pretty thoroughly on my channel. These are great natives for pollinators, and they tend to bloom a little later than some of the other spring flowering things, so it gives them something in the summertime. It also has great fall color. Here is another Hydrangea arborescens. This is actually a Proven Winners one right here that gets a kind of a pinkish purple flower on it. And I put in a weeping redbud right here. This is Ruby Falls redbud, which I've covered on the channel in a all about redbuds video right there. I don't know how, hopefully the sun isn't messing with this too much, but this is a weeping purple foliage redbud. It'll bloom pink in the spring and have big, beautiful purple foliage, heart-shaped foliage on it. This is another Hydrangea arborescens, another Proven Winners. One's called Wee White. But there's 3 hydrangeas across that back. Again, you know, looking back across here, this is going to be all herbaceous perennials along there, and then this space right here will end up being the seating area and more perennials, you know, right and left of it. Here's one of those Florida Sunshine Elysium right here. Man, what a pop of color that is. There was already an Eastern Arborvitae right here. I'm guessing that's emerald, but it's a native. And then there's some 3 inkberry hollies. These will be meant just to grow up over this fence and create a screen here. They'll get 6 feet tall or more over time. They'll be a little naked at the bottom, but I don't mind that because other things are going to be underplanted on them. And swing around here to the wall. I'll try to get my shadow of it. These aren't that impressive right now, but this is a dwarf Yopon hollies. The variety is called Bordeaux, and the new foliage on it is kind of a purple all season long. But in November, of course, it's quick growing, so they're just little green balls now, which is fine. And this, again, is going to have color planted here and over there, which I'll show you in the spring when I come back and finish up this space. I relayed this slate sidewalk here in some pea gravel. I actually don't want this to look formal. I'm going to come here along the edge and plant some things that will creep into it and flop over on it and that kind of thing. I don't want it to look super formal in this space, but I'll come back around here and see if I can swing out. And you can see this was all big weedy mess. One day I tore everything out the other day. Put it all back in. This is a triple shredded hardwood mulch. That's the mulch that I used here. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll be back here in the spring with a follow-up video on this one to show you when all the color, all the native color goes in here.